Today I'm going to share with you why you need to drop the mask and start showing the real you online.
I'm Lisa Johnson, a multi-six-figure business coach, and in 2.5 years I've built a business online where I make 90% of my income from passive and semi-passive income streams.
It took me a while to get really comfortable with showing my real self online, and many of my clients really struggle with it too. But I've come to realise that it can really impact you personally and hold your business back if you don't do this. Now, so many people are talking about authenticity online these days. It's become a bit of a cheesy buzzword, but I really believe in being authentic, being transparent and having integrity in my business. It's actually a magnet for my ideal client. But let's take the word seriously for a minute. I want to do that with a quote from Brene Brown, the author of Daring Greatly. Authenticity is not something we have or don't have. It's a practice, a conscious choice of how we want to live. Authenticity is a collection of choices we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real, the choice to be honest, the choice to let our true selves be seen. As human beings, we're all driven by a sense of self-worth, that we're accepted by others and have a sense of belonging. It's a fear of not having that which stops us from showing up as the real us, whether in our personal lives or online. We grow up into a set of expectations that others have of us, surrounded by social norms of how we should and shouldn't be, and that suppresses our true self, encourages us to put on the mask and show up as expected, and dims our light because deep down we just want to fit in. We wear lots of different masks in life, in personal relationships with friends and family, in work if we're in a corporate setting, and online. Whether you're posting your holiday snaps on Instagram or you're someone like me, growing an online audience for my business. The thing is, wearing these numerous masks and very rarely being mask-free is taxing on our well-being and on our mental health. We worry about taking the mask off and being negatively judged by others, yet it's the masks themselves that are often causing us to be stressed, anxious, and we risk hitting burnout. It's really wonky thinking. We believe we're protecting ourselves by wearing the mask, when actually the mask is much more damaging. It's time to drop the mask and let our light shine. So how do we courageously and unapologetically be ourselves? Here are a few tips on how you can remove the mask and show up as the real you online that have worked for me. Self-awareness. This is the ability to see yourself clearly, to understand who you are, how others see you and how you fit into the world. It's knowing your own personality, character, feelings and individuality. Here's an interesting fact about self-awareness from a recent study. There are two types of people. Those who think they're self-aware, 95% of all people. Those who actually are self-aware, 10 to 15% of all people. Because it means that around 85 to 90% of us are either lying to ourselves, in denial, or just not seeing ourselves clearly. Self-awareness is not easy to develop. It requires a willingness to be brutally honest with yourself, to acknowledge and observe everything about yourself, including your blind spots, asking people you trust to give you honest feedback, confronting the parts of yourself that you don't particularly like, the things that we might be a bit ashamed of, but they do form part of who we are and how we think and behave. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I love this book. If you're used to just fitting in or you don't like to rock the boat, it can feel uncomfortable putting your true opinions out there or taking a stand to live in alignment with what feels true for you. It can be really scary to put your real self out into the world. The first time I went live on Facebook, I felt terrified. To be honest, I still do sometimes if I talk about something personal or vulnerable about myself. There will always be people who love us and what we have to say. And there will always be some who hate it. And that's okay. The magic happens outside of your comfort zone. So be prepared to get uncomfortable if you're serious about being authentic in business. Finally, the world would be a boring place if we were all the same and had the same opinions, personalities, or talents. It's about celebrating diversity and celebrating yourself. This one is a little bit woo for my usual style, but are you in love with yourself? How can you expect anyone else to love you if you don't love yourself? Can you celebrate your flaws and imperfections? And do you demonstrate that and role model it with others? Look, it's not something that happens overnight, I get it, but it is absolutely something to be actively working towards. Making small daily steps is what it takes to make progress. So it's important to untwist some of that thinking that had us believing we're better off behind the mask, because we're really not. For every one person who might not like and agree with what we have to say, there will likely be 100 that feel a connection with us, that resonate with our message or our experiences, and it's those people who you're here to serve. And anyway, embrace those that have a different view or perspective. Remember that the world would be a boring place if we were all just clones of each other. You may have heard me say before that it's good to be Marmite. It's good to stand for something. So try some of these things out in your business and let me know how you get on. And if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any others. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it too.